Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking all about brushes. I'm going to show you guys my favorite brushes, what I use them for, because I've gotten questions like, how do I use a brush? How do I know what to use them for? Different things like that. So I'm going to show you guys a bunch of different brushes and why I like to use them. They're all affordable too. They're all like super duper affordable. A lot of them are from Morphe because honestly that's pretty much all I've been using recently since I got them. I love Morphe brushes. There's also other brands mixed in there as well because I didn't have my Morphe brushes until I want to say like a couple months ago. I got this big order. I did a big order and I got a bunch of their brushes and I love them. Before I jump into the video, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the thumbs up button. Also, please do not forget to follow me on my social media. I am on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. They are Emily_Freybler. I will put them down below in the bottom bar so that you guys can find me super easily. I'm also on Facebook as well. Just look up Emily Freybler, I think is all it is. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we're going to get right into it. I'm going to do this in the order that I usually do my makeup. So usually what I do is I put on my foundation. These are three brushes that I really love for foundation. The first one I'm going to be talking about is the Morphe M439. This is a very hyped up brush and for good reason. It is very densely packed. On the top here, it is super nice and soft. I love this brush. It just really packs on the product and you can buff it into your skin. You can get really full coverage with this or, shear it out a little bit as well. Works well with pretty much every foundation I have tried it with. It just blends it out, doesn't leave streaks on your skin. This is probably my most used face brush right now. I really love this brush. If you're looking for a more affordable option for that brush, there is the e.l.f. I think this is the blending brush, like complexion blending brush. I will look it up and put it right here. But it is such a nice brush for blending foundation. Before I had the Morphe one, this is my absolute favorite one. It's pretty much the same shape as the Morphe one, but less dense. And I honestly think it's a little bit softer just because it's not so densely packed in there. This also blends in foundation super well. BB creams, everything, no streaks. It's awesome. Love this brush. The other brush that I really love is this Wet n Wild flat top brush. This one as well does not have a name. I really don't like that they don't have the names on these. This one is a flat top brush here, and it is super duper soft and about the same density as the e.l.f. one that I mentioned. It's not as packed as the Morphe one, but still a really nice brush. Just blends in your foundation really nicely. It's gonna pack on product when you if you go like this on your skin more because it is flat. So I like to use this when I want fuller coverage. That's usually when I use this. So then I'm gonna go on to setting your face, and I love this e.l.f. Kabuki brush. It's this little tiny thing, and this again I believe is $6. This is the best brush ever for putting on powder. That's what I use it for. I used to use it for bronzer. I kind of want to get another one, so I have one for powder and one for bronzer, even though I have my favorite bronzer brush right now. But anyway, I love this brush. It is just so soft, so big, and it just works super well to set your face or for bronzer. Blends in the product flawlessly on your skin. It's an awesome product. Next is for bronzer. So this is the Morphe M527. It is this big brush. This is a natural haired brush, so it's going to put on the product a lot less intense, I would say, and it blends the product super well. It's almost like a paddle. It goes like this and then comes up to a point a little bit like this, and I use this for bronzer every single video pretty much since I got it. I think actually since I got it, this is the only brush I will use for my bronzer. It just blends it in so flawlessly. I love the way this blends in my bronzer. It is my absolute favorite brush by far. And for contour, my favorite brush that I have found is the Morphe M523. I used to use the Real Techniques sculpting brush or something like that, and some other ones. I kind of mixed it up, but they weren't all my favorite ones. They definitely work very well, but this one is by far my favorite one. I love this brush because it is like the baby version kind of the one before, not as fluffy, and it's a little more flat right here, not as tapered. But it definitely makes such a great line to contour, but it is nice and like flimsy, so it blends the product super well. This again is a natural haired brush, not synthetic. So it puts on the product very naturally, and you can just blend super easily with this. That's the problem with some contour brushes. I think something like this, you get a line and then you have to blend it out with something. This one's like an all-in-one product, and that's why I love this brush so much. And it is super duper soft. It's a great brush. Definitely, if you're in the market for a contour brush, pick this one up. This is the e.l.f. Small Stipple Brush, and it is awesome. I love this when I put on my NYX Wonder Stick. I put a line here, and then I'll just go in and blend it out. I have a video of my cream contouring and me using this if you want to see it in action. But it blends out cream contour so well. That's my favorite purpose for this brush. It's just super soft, again, and super affordable. I think this one's $3, not $6. So definitely look at Target or somewhere that sells e.l.f. for this brush. It is awesome if you're looking for a cream contour brush. After I contour and everything like that, I really love this brush from e.l.f. I don't remember what this is called, but this is the only one they have like this. It's like flat here and very skinny. There's a lot of different types of brushes like this, but I love this for cleaning up under here with translucent powder, banana powder, whatever I want to put under there to clean up my contour, my bronzer, or whatever. That is probably the best purpose for this brush, and a lot of people use it for that reason again. This one again is, I think, $6. All the face brushes for e.l.f. I think are $6. Got this one at Walgreens, and it is definitely a lifesaver because it makes your under your contour super clean. You don't necessarily need this. You could always use your sponge that you use for foundation or those little wedges from the drugstore, but I really like this brush because I got it anyway, and it's definitely a great purpose for this. This is by far my absolute favorite blush brush. This is Jaclyn Hill's favorite blush brush, and it's for good reason. I got a lot of my Morphe brushes because of Jaclyn Hill, her favorites video and everything like that, and they're all awesome. I like every single one of the brushes, so she's obviously queen, and her brush recommendations are awesome. But anyway, this blush, I can't say that freaking word, blush brush is the Morphe E4. It is so nice because it is tapered, like, not tapered, but it's like angled. And it is super soft, and I just love this brush. It is a synthetic brush, and it just packs on the product so nicely on your cheeks right here. I usually do this and I sweep it, and it just blends the product so nicely and places it right where you want it because of that angledness of it, and blends really nicely as well. On days that I don't set my under eyes with a sponge or anything like that, I have two brushes that I really love using to set my under eyes or all my concealer and everything like that. The first one is the Morphe M438. This is what it looks like. It's just nice and tapered here, and it distributes the product so nicely underneath your eye. It fits awesome right under here. It's just a great brush to pick up the product and set your under eye with because it gets right underneath your eye, and it's just awesome. This one is a little bit different. This is from e.l.f. This is the e.l.f. blush brush. I do not like this for blush. I like it for my under eyes, setting my concealer and everything. It is like this and tapered here. And again, this point here makes it super easy to fit underneath your eye. This one's bigger, so it covers more area. So if I'm in a hurry, I would definitely use this one. It sets super nicely everywhere around here. Alright, so the last face product brush is the highlighting brush. This is the M501 from Morphe, and I use this in every video to highlight. This is my absolute favorite. I used to use a fan brush, but I like this one way better because it kind of blends the product better than a fan brush does. Fan brush just places it, and it's kind of a line sometimes. I don't really like it. At least the one I was using I didn't like. So this one is super nice to blend everything out for a highlight, and I use it down here. I use it everywhere. I'll put it underneath my brow bone, my inner corners, my cupid's bow. Everywhere I put a highlight, this is really small and nice, so it gets the job done really nicely. Eye brushes were really hard for me to find that were affordable without like going to Morphe. Before I got Morphe eye brushes, I didn't really find any that I absolutely loved. I do really love this first brush that I'm going to talk about though, and this is from BH Cosmetics. This is their like 7-piece eye set. This is the 101 brush. This is a blending brush, and this is the first blending brush that I absolutely loved. I got some other ones that just picked up from the drugstore, but blending brushes at the drugstore are very, very, I feel like low quality, and they don't blend your shadows as nicely as I would like them to be blended. But this one from BH Cosmetics was my absolute favorite before I got my Morphe brushes, and I still use it today. You still see it in my videos. It's just super, super nice to blend out your shadow. This is what I use with my transition shade. I put this on first, and it just blends everything super, super nicely. Next brush is my absolute favorite blending brush. This is the Morphe M441. This is the best blending brush ever. This is the exact same like use as this one. They honestly look very similar. The only thing is the hairs feel different. This one's a little stiffer and like tougher. I don't know. But they look super similar, right? So they do very like almost the same job, but this one's softer. So I definitely like this one more. And again, I just put on my transition shade with this. Blends everything super, super nicely, and I love this brush. Next brush that I really, really love is the M433 from Morphe. And this one is similar to that one, but it's like skinnier, and it kind of goes to a point like this. It's like flatter this way, and then goes to a point here. And so I like this one for like kind of my second shade, like the little bit darker shade, and I'll put this more in the crease, but I still want it blended. So I'll put this in the crease and concentrate it more in the crease than like the transition shade that I first laid down. I'll put this one on second and really concentrate it more in the crease, but this brush will still blend out that crease shade. It won't be like a harsh line or anything like that. This is another blending brush, but this one is synthetic, and this is the Morphe E22. This is my favorite brush for cream shadows, like the ColourPop shadows. This is the only brush that I have that really works well and buffs that in. That's the eyeshadow that I used today. That's in my tutorial. And I use this with a ColourPop shadow, and it blends super, super nicely. It picks up the product great. Other brushes don't work well with it because it's like natural hair, so they kind of cling to the natural hairs. They don't like distribute onto your lid the way that you would want them. So definitely if you're going to use ColourPop shadows, use a synthetic brush to either blend it or pat it on your lid, unless you're using your finger to pat it on your lid. But that's my favorite brush, the E22 from Morphe. It's definitely my favorite for like cream products. This is a nice crease brush from e.l.f. It is called the e.l.f. Crease Brush. It is super tiny and small, and this would be great if people had like really small eyes. I really like this because I can really get that product into the crease of my eye. This is just super nice if you're doing really detailed work, if you're doing a cut crease, or you're just really trying to build up that depth. So you want like, let's say a black, and you want it right in the crease, but you don't want to get it super high. You don't want to use a brush that is more fluffy, like let's say the M433 that I said I would go in with second. You want something like this that's going to be small so you can concentrate the product and be super precise with it. For packing on product, if I want something all over my lid and I just want it done like this brush from BH Cosmetics, the 102 brush that came in the same set as the 101, these two together, this one is super awesome. It just packs on the product so nicely, and it's huge, so it covers your lid like really, really fast. I really like this brush for packing on product. You could use it for concealer and everything like that too, but I just like it for packing product on my eye. The other brush that I love to pack on product is this Ulta eyeshadow brush. I got this in like a little free set. I don't know if they sell it separately. If they do, I will definitely link it down below, of course, but this is just a tiny little flat brush, and it is perfect for ColourPop shadows. It packs on the product so nicely. It's really tiny, so you can be really precise if you're really going to try and carve out that crease or something like that. I just really like this teeny tiny brush. And for eyeliner, I found my absolute favorite brush. This is the Essence eyeliner brush. That's all it's called. It's a super tiny, thin, angled brush, and it was only, I think, like $2. I'll, of course, leave it right here, But I love this brush. This is what I use to do my eyeliner today. You can get it nice and sharp because it's so thin. This next brush is for packing on product on like the lower lash line. This is the M432. It's just a flat brush like this. It's super thin this way, super densely packed bristles. And it's so nice if you want to make like a line down or put a darker color underneath your lash line. And so just put it down under there. And it packs on the product like no other. Like seriously, the pigment will just like cling to this and then go right to your eye. It's so awesome. I almost poked myself in the eye there. Then to blend out that line, because you never want to leave that line there, that would just be not good, I use the E18 from Morphe. This is just a nice pencil brush. It's super duper soft, so it's not going to irritate underneath your eyes or anything. So I just take this and blend out that color that I put underneath my eye. You can use this as smudge your liner. You can use this for so many different purposes, but I love it to blend out the shadow on the lower lash line. Then the last brush I'm going to talk about is the teeniest tiny brush that I have, but it's super important because if you want to highlight an inner corner like I have right now, I use this to place the highlight here. I use it underneath the brow bone. You could use it to just get very, very detailed, and that's why I love this brush. It's so important to me to get this highlighted here, and this is the first brush that I had that really packed a punch and got that highlight super precise. I even take this down my nose sometimes for highlight because it then gets it super precise so that my highlight is not too like wide on my nose, because I don't want my nose to look wider. I want it to look nice and slim. That's the whole point of like contouring and everything like that. And I also can put this, you know, on my cupid's bow, wherever you wanted to put it, but mainly my inner corner is what I like this brush for. Wow, I just talked a ton. I hope you guys really loved this video. I know you guys sometimes get confused about different brushes, so I just wanted to break down a bunch of affordable brushes for you guys and make it super easy. I do have multiple brands, you know, but I mainly am using Morphe brushes right now just because I think they are honestly the best quality that I have. Obviously, I really love the other brands that I mentioned as well, but they have the most variety with the most affordable price and the best quality for the price. So I really love Morphe brushes. If you have not picked them up, please try at least one or two and it will like change your life. It seriously changed mine. I don't know why I didn't try them sooner. I always wanted to, but yeah, that's like all the brushes you need. All the Morphe ones I mentioned are like brushes I use every day, and those are the only Morphe brushes that I use. So if you get those ones, you'll have like a full face set, and I think that's like super important. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this really helped break down the brushes and why I use them and how I use them. So I hope you guys enjoyed it a lot. Please don't forget to follow me on my social media and subscribe down below. And I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye.